And now for something completely different. Welcome to another creative day. The trailer is in storage, so we're on to new projects, new endeavors. I'm moving out of the little house and I need to take these 4 computers that I'm using for Salad and put it into the 3x6 shed that I built where the solar batteries are. And so we're in a process of splitting the coaxial cable to the internet so I can run it to the shed, and then putting a shelf in there and moving the cables and computers and all that crap. So let's get to it. The first thing I'm doing is I'm learning how to use this coaxial cable tool, because I got to cut the cable and put new ends on here. We're going to be installing the existing coaxial cable for the internet into here, and then split it off to go into the little house here, and then this will add another split that will go into the shed. So we have to add a cap on the coaxial cable on this side and on this side. Let's go find some screws to mount this little guy on the wall so it's not sitting in the mud or the dirt. It just started raining again. I was hoping to skip it, but I found these screws here. They seem like they're just the right size to get through there. So we'll use a couple of these guys here. And then let's go see if we can get this done without getting wet. I don't have my tripod, so it's hard to shoot. So because I just packed everything up from the trailer and moved it. So let's go to the car and see if the tripod is in there. Tripod attained. So here, as I walk back, I'll show you a couple other things I've been working on. This is on the side yard here. I painted the doors. I'm gonna clean up a little paint on the ground there with this pressure washer. But yeah, brand new doors, all nice and painted, fresh. I did clean the floor too, but the concrete, but I gotta do one more pass there. And I still have paint everywhere from my screen printing because I can't help myself. This is the worst. Pressure washer won't get any of that off. So anyway, Dad's gonna be pissed. Then this is the other thing I really like about when it rains, is I don't have to clean my solar panels. Nature's doing it for me. So I made a big mistake. I thought the internet coming from the house was a coaxial cable, and I cut it thinking it was, and was going to prepare it that way, and it's an Ethernet cable. So unfortunately I either need to put a new end on, which I have the tool somewhere for that, and get a coupler, or I need to mend the wires. And if I have to mend the wires, then it's a lot of little wires. So let's figure it out. This is an absolutely insane process. I'm sitting here under the patio getting dripped on, and after trying my wire cutters and a razor blade, which neither worked, I figured out that maybe I could use a lighter, and so far it's actually working really good. There's tons of wires here. I've completely wasted the day. When I'm done, hopefully it works, and I'll be right back to where I was before I started today. So let's go through this meticulous process and see what happens. So I got the first half of the cable done, and actually not so bad. You melt it, starts catching on fire a little bit, and then you just wipe it off with your finger, so it kind of burns your finger a little bit, but it's actually pretty efficient. It's very tedious, but let's go ahead and move on to the second side of the cable. Okay, cable 2 is done, stripped. Oh, it's cold under here. So I got both these stripped. Hopefully there's a little wax or a little plastic still right here. So I'll melt that off. Just going through, making sure there's no plastic residue. There might be a little bit, but I stripped them pretty long, so I'll intertwine them really good, and we'll just start the process one at a time of taping these guys together. All right, so if anyone thinks I'm a professional, I'm not. I have no idea what I'm doing. I spent my entire career working in front of a computer, and 3 years ago I started learning how to, I don't know, fix things, build things, whatever. So if you think this is a professional tutorial, you're going to be sorely mistaken. Just sharing my journey of creativity and ideas and problem solving, and it makes me feel good to develop myself as an individual. But anyway, we've got 2 of the 8 wires taped up. I first taped them up, wound them up, taped them up the best I could, and then heated up the electric tape on them to make it a little tighter. And then I'm kind of taping them together in pairs. So let's continue on. I've been sitting here for a while, my back's hurting, but I am 50% of the way through, so I've got 4 of the 8 wires patched, and I'll just keep going here. All right, I got it all taped up, and it looks like absolute ass. This is my jinky ass cable. And then, look it, I got a visitor. Yay, Heidi came by. Whenever I work on things and she comes by, it always goes better. So let's, I got it all taped up. Let's go up and check the internet. And if it works, then yay. I get to start over. Hopefully it does. We'll see. We have green lights. Cable's coming in. Let's check the phone. All right, according to my tests, it worked. So, yay. I'm cold, wet, and I'm right back where I started today. Anyway, moral of the story is don't cut wires unless you know what they are. And if you do have tiny little teeny wires, you can strip them using a lighter and burning your fingertips by wiping off the melting plastic. So I found some progress here. I couldn't get Ethernet to the shed where the salad computers are gonna go, but I found the Wi-Fi antennas after searching for like 2 hours. So let's get this set up here. Okay, so my temporary setup is going to be this monitor here, and then I've got a shelf here for the computers. I'm going to put, I think, 1 in today, test it out. Got a power supply down here, monitor, and then this will be powered off these solar batteries for now. So I've got solar powered computer, and then that's the old electric box that's being removed. So it's just going to be solar directly out of the inverter. Powering the computer is a real simple setup. Should be pretty cool. Let's grab the computer. So I'm going to be putting Dark Tater in here, which is this guy here. It's the 4080 Super computer. And so let me grab a HDMI cable and move it out there. So I got Dark Tater in here and plugged in and on, and the monitor plugged in. We might need a keyboard and mouse. I'm going to check on my phone to see if I can remote access it. Looks like I need to connect it over Wi-Fi before I can access it. So I'm going to grab the keyboard and mouse and let's see if we can get her going. All right, let's see if we can get this thing on Wi-Fi, and if we can, then we can run salad. All right, we're in. Let's try salad now. Salad, click that, so get it running. It says no internet connection. Let me play with it for a little bit. I'll be right back. Oh, here we go. Connecting to the kitchen. Okay, it came up. So let's try running it and let's see what it says. Chop now. Oh, it seems to be working. That's awesome. So we got dark shader here running over Wi-Fi on Salad, which is, we couldn't get the Ethernet going, so let's have to do that for now. And then maybe we'll add a second computer here. I went crazy and got 3 of the computers in here. The other one doesn't have a Wi-Fi adapter, so can't do it. It took me a while to set up, but everything's working and it's actually set up pretty nicely. I just gotta make sure that I secure the openings and the vents here. This place has been pretty rainproof the last few years since I built it, but I gotta make sure that no bugs or critters or extra crap gets in here through any openings. So I'll work on that over the next couple days. If I haven't explained it very well, what's happening is that I have a solar shed and I have 10 kilowatts of battery down here and an inverter that converts that to usable energy for computers and stuff like that. And then what I also have now is I have 3 computers in here running a program called Salad, and it rents my GPUs. So I have a 4090, a 4080 Super, and a 4070 Super TI in here. And basically they just run off solar electricity, and instead of the utility company getting the excess solar energy that we don't use during the day, I store it in the batteries. Then those 3 computers run off that solar power, and then when I rent those GPUs, depending on how much I make a day, it's free money. So it's kind of an experiment, but it's also, and it doesn't make a bunch of money, but I mean, I've averaged between $6 to $10 a day, which is not bad at all for free money. So it's pocket money, it's gas, it's like gas money for the month basically. But it's just kind of a cool setup. It's a fun thing to experiment with and how to turn sunlight into free money. So anyway, that's what I'm playing with here. I just got to make sure this place is weather tight and we'll take it from there.